Our rules are simple, but the challenge is great. All dinos will be explored in this challenge, but only reasonable underdogs voted on by the community will be considered for grading. Equipped with primitive saddles, our 19 contenders will be backed by the commanding presence of a loyal Uranus providing that extra boost. Compared to the island bosses, the Manticore is cake, so the herbivores in this challenge won't be getting their own cakes to help with healing. All competitors will be going into battle with 40 base points in all their stats, no mutations, and 40 experience levels split evenly between health and melee. Competitors are required to fight the Manticore on all difficulties, starting with Gamma, then Beta, finishing with Alpha. Their success will be annotated on this scorecard with a pass-or-fail system. Clearing the Manticore on all difficulties earns them a gold boom medal. Silver is awarded for clearing Beta, bronze is for clearing Gamma, and a chunk of shit is for shit. Now let's introduce our competitor and see if they have what it takes. Quetzal. First and foremost, you can't enter the Manticore arena with a Quetzal anymore. I know the wiki says you can, and they're under the drag weight requirement. You can try it with either of the saddles, and no saddle, it ends the same way, with you alone in the arena. I had to use mods to make this possible. This ancient feathered bus is Ark's Flying Fortress, a high utility tame that's both a workhorse and your home away from home. Quetzals may not have the speed of other flyers on the Ark, but what they lack in speed, they make up for in stamina and carry weight. This giant of the skies is the perfect addition to your team if you're looking for a mobile base of operations. The Quetzal is coming into this fight with 11,000 health and 503% melee. Now let's see if they have what it takes. The green portal means it's time to get some, as the Underquets flanked by brave Commander Utes get ready to take to the skies and meet the Gamma Manticore in epic battle. With well-timed courage roars from Commander Utes, the Quetz is able to completely ignore the most dangerous part about this fight, Torpor. Like a majestic floating tank, the Quetz slowly glides around the arena, dishing out steady damage to the Gamma Manticore. The damage output leaves much to be desired, as does the Quetz's health pool, but you know what? Sometimes it's nice to have a nice relaxing aerial fight. I actually kind of love it because the Manticore doesn't land and bother Commander Utes. The death worms popping up are actually a nice opportunity for you to get your flyers grouped in one area on the ground to give them a nice dose of courage before they're back up in the air to fight the Scorpussy. The Gamma Manticore proves once again that he's just a big baby and he can't take the heat. The Underquets gets their first pass, beating the Gamma stage. Blue portal time means beta time, and the Beta Manticore is up next. The Underquet shows up like it owns the place with its girthy wingspan. It's ready to hold its own. The Underquet seems to be performing well, but the health pool being on the lower end raises some red flags. Some pretty big red flags, as I was carefully monitoring the damage they were sustaining throughout the fight. No matter what bosses you fight, no matter which map you do, it's never a good sign when your creatures are really banged up and bloody after the beta stage. It's a pretty safe bet at that point that they're going to get annihilated when they take on the alpha boss. And hey, if you're looking for somewhere to give the bosses a go, consider becoming a YouTube member or sign up on Patreon. All members and patrons have access to the Boomforge server cluster, and there's plenty of room for more. The Quetzal is such a versatile tame. I've even seen people make portable traps on a platform saddle to use around the map. It's just too bad that their attack strength isn't a little higher. And honestly, you'd think it would be considering how massive these guys are. Either way, it was strong enough to take out the Beta Manticore. That's a pass. Red portal time means alpha time, and the Alpha Manticore is up next. A couple days ago, I was at the grocery store picking up 37 watermelons, a gallon of heavy whipping cream, and a plunger. You know how Mama Brews gets kinky, you know. I was walking down the fruit aisle, and I swear, out of the corner of my eye, I saw him. Manny Slingstone, wearing a fake mustache on top of his real mustache, a pair of fake glasses, and a fedora. I mean, if you're going to disguise yourself, consider not being a giant mythological creature. You stand out like a sore thumb everywhere you go, bud. He slowly followed me throughout the store, and every time I would look his way, he would quickly dart behind a shelf, knocking shit over as he did so. Eventually, I got sick of all the cloak and dagger stuff, so I turned the corner into the dairy aisle and waited for him to follow. As soon as he came around the corner, I popped out and we were face to face. He was startled and let out a tiny fart. He thinks I didn't hear it, but I heard it. We all heard it. "Manny, what the hell do you want?" I said, and perplexed, he stammered, How did you know it was me?" I didn't even answer, I just stared at him. He glanced to my cart and he saw all the goods and he looked back at me with a tear in his eye. "I miss Watermelon Night," he said, and I could tell he was sad. I could see it in his eyes. His eyes slowly made their way back to mine, and he asked if I would want to come over and watch some football sometime. And I almost said, hell yes, I'll come over and watch football, but I remembered. This is a rapist we're talking about here. I couldn't tell if he wanted to be my friend or to sodomize me. So I said the only thing anyone would in this situation. Hell yes, I'll come over and watch some football. We'll see how this goes. The Underquets was taken out and handed a fail. Heading over to the scoreboard, the Underquets would normally get a silver boom medal, but since it requires mods to enter the arena, they won't be eligible to receive an official boom medal. Maybe one day Wildcard will change it back so that they can enter the Manticore arena. At the time of me recording this, the channel is sitting 50 subscribers away from hitting 4,000. That's a huge milestone for me, considering I only had like 100 a year ago. Thank you so much for being a part of this with me. It truly means a lot. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to help this community grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.